Hi friends, my name is Miss Tisha. For those of you who don't know me, hello, and for those of you who do know me, hello. I know that you are here because you are looking for a beginner-friendly vocal warm-up. Now, this is perfect for beginners, but it's also great for intermediate, advanced, really all levels. It's going to focus on agility, flexibility, a little bit of strength, so on and so forth. This is also going to be targeted towards female singers. But if you are a male singer and you want me to do warm-ups for you, I work with a ton of male clients, both young and old, and so I would be very happy to provide that for you. Let's get into our vocal warm-up. But before we do that, we need to slow down and we need to take a couple of deep breaths. This is going to help us to warm up our breath support, which is what all singing is built off of, but it's also going to just help us relax, which is very important in singing. Warming up, we're trying to open up. We're not trying to create tension. We're trying to release it. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. I suggest that you stand up if you can. If you are sitting down, I would just say to make sure that you are standing from the waist up, just meaning that you're not crunched over. So we're going to put one hand on our chest and one hand on our belly. And I want you to take a breath in through your nose. Now, I know that we're usually told to take a really, really deep breath, but what happens is this, watch. Can you see how it all gets stuck here? That's called a shallow breath in singing, and it also happens throughout our day if we are very busy or if we're stressed at all. It happens a lot, okay? So we got to start to train our muscles to take a relaxed breath before we can work on getting really huge deep breaths. So I just want you to have one hand on your chest, like I said, one hand on your belly, and you're going to just breathe in through your nose as if you're smelling the best cookies coming right out of the oven, and you just want to take a huge sniff of them. Okay, ready? We're just gonna sigh it out. Really feel yourself ground downwards. Energy is grounding down. We're ready to begin. Whoa, that was loud. Okay, so I'm going to start a little bit lower. We're going to start with a hum, and I want you to think about hum as M, okay? As if we're going to say mom. Do that with me for a second. Mom. And I want you to think about the vibrations coming into our lips, to the front of our face, into our lips. Mom. Beautiful. Now we're going to do that on a scale, starting here. 1, 2, here we go. You can also have your hand on your chest to help ground down. So our next exercise, we are going to be going over our vowels, and we're going to place an N in front of it. So it's going to go ni, ne, na, no, nu. N is a great consonant because it helps create resonance in our body, but it also is a lower resistance consonant as opposed to Z. Z, ze, za, zo, zoo. So I really like it since we are trying to open everything up. And I'm going to start a little bit higher. Now, I mentioned keep one of your hands on your chest, especially if you are a beginner, because this helps to not start to raise our shoulders up, which tends to happen as we are building strength in our vocal cords, okay? So if you put your hand on your chest, and I just want you to focus kind of on this area, that kind of grounding down, and it's going to help you to sing and engage properly versus kind of lifting everywhere. Okay, here we go. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. Ni, ne, na, no, nu. job, my friends. The next exercise that we're going to do is going to be kind of goofy, okay? So I want you to say the word sing. 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 Perfect. Now we're going to start to leave our mouth open at the end of sing, like this. Sing. Kind of weird, right? Sing. Sing. Notice how I'm dropping my jaw down. And my tongue is on the bottom, okay? So this next exercise, we're going to try to keep our jaw in the same place, and all of the work is going to be in our tongue, okay? If you don't have a mirror, what you can do is you can put your hands on your jaw just to make sure that you're not going which is very common when we're first starting this exercise. Mirror or just hands lightly on the side just to make sure we're not going like that. We want okay? I know, sounds ridiculous. Good job, my friends. Now, I just want us to take a breath in through our nose and release it. I also kind of get nervous sometimes when I'm teaching, so it's a good reminder for myself as well. You're definitely not alone. This next exercise is going to focus on strengthening our voice, okay? So we're going to do slides on all of our vowels. Now, I don't want you to hit each note, so E, E. I want you to slide up. E. You might find that there are some air pockets. That's what we're trying to smooth out. We're trying to bring in the vocal cords together and stretch them up and down, okay? So I'm actually going to start us on oo. And especially on oo, you can kind of think about imitating a police siren, okay? So it's going to go like this. Ooh. Got it? Okay, 1, 2. Here we go. Ooh. Beautiful. Now let's do O. Oh. Beautiful. Your turn. Gorgeous. Now we are going to do E. No, lies. We're going to do ah next, and there's going to be a reason why. Okay. Oh, your turn. Beautiful. Now, keeping that same placement, I want you to do E. So you're not going to go Y, you're not going to go E as if we're saying it. I want you to go ah, E. Do this with me. Ah, E. Work is in the tongue, but it gets all of the sound forward and it keeps us from going too wide, which can strain our neck. So, stuff to watch out for. E. Your turn. Beautiful. Now to end, A. So EH or AY. A. Your turn. Amazing. We've made it to our last exercise, which is going to help us with onset, which is how we begin a note. So I want you to keep kind of light to medium air pressure. You might need to fool around and see what that means for you, what is too much and what is too little. The other thing is that you're definitely going to have one hand on your chest and then the other one on your belly, touching your upper and lower abs. And I really want you to feel your belly bouncing. You're not forcing it, you're just noticing. All right, we're gonna say ha, like we're laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. All right, you guys, that is it for your beginner warm-up. If you liked it, please let me know down in the comments below. Tell me what your favorite exercise is and tell me what your voice goals are. I definitely love to know so that I can help create content that you want to see and that serves you. So until next time, I hope that you enjoy imagining, creating, moving, grooving, and singing. Bye.